What's up, everybody? This is Mr. Gotti, aka Bro I'm Insane, and I'm just bringing you a quick video on my Maelstrom Arena build and what I use. I didn't get into this build. First off, I am a red guard Stam Sorc. I have 31 max stamina, 19k health, 1600 stamina recovery, around 1700 if you want to round up, whatever. Weapon damage is on the low side, 3264. Weapon critical is 55%. All stam. I run health, max health, and stamina recovery. I do not run max because I don't run tri-stat. I run bi-stat, recovery, max health. This is my preference. Everybody else has their own thing. So like if you are, I'm horrible at sustain, so this helps me out a lot. For everybody else, if you're good at sustaining your character, you might want to go the other route. They're putting that out there right now. I run the warrior. This is my preference on what I run for my Stam Sorc is the warrior. Some other people might want to run, you know, the thief or the shadow for the crit or whatnot, or even the, I think it's the tower. I think tower does stamina recovery or max stam, one of the two. Don't remember, but yeah, that's it. Let's go ahead and get into my build. So let's start with gear first. Actually, I am running Axe of the Night Mother and a Dagger of the Night Mothers. You might want to go for both axes for the extra bleed, or you might want to go for both daggers for more crit. Up to you. I prefer this. I only have one weapon damage enchantment on my weapons other than my bow. That's just my preference. Like I said, both sharpened. My bow does not have to be a set piece. It could be a random bow. I got this bow off a friend for 15k. I just needed a bow. It was gold. There you go. Valken Scoria helps out a lot. It's hard. It hits hard for a Stam character. Mine does at least. I'm constantly critting with it, and I think the highest crit I've gotten off mine is like 17, 18k. So yeah. Preferably you will want this helmet in Divines. I happen to get it in well fitted. Extra roll dodging and, you know, sprinting costs, less reducing costs, not that bad. Everything else is Divines. Jack of Hunting Rage. All of this is Hunting Rage with the Valken Scoria. And all of these have max stam glyphs on it, except for my helmet. Helmet has max health. I haven't changed it out, but yeah. Actually, I have another one helmet and another one down here, but they're both prosperous and they don't really run that well. You know what I mean? So anyway, for jewelry, I run agility. Preferably, you would want to run Vicious Ophidia, but I don't have the 3-piece Vicious Ophidia. I only have 2 pieces of it. I have a purple ring and a gold ring, and I'm still running trials for that. So still, anyway, yeah, you would just run this. Also, on my jewelry, I also have 1 healthy ring for more health. Never can go wrong with a little bit more health, especially for me running what I run. It helps me out how I run. I'm very aggressive when I run Maelstrom, so like having that extra health and being able to, you know, to sit there and take it if you can, is worth it. Also, another thing, I'm kind of going back into my character sheet because I should have mentioned this. I run max health and stamina recovery. I do not run double. I don't run tri-stat max, and I don't run bi-stat max. I run bi-stat max and stamina recovery. I'm horrible at sustain. If you're good at sustain, you might want to run the other route, but this is just my preference and how I run. Let's go into my skills. I run Evil Hunter. Evil Hunter is only really there for the extra crit that you get from passively by putting it on your bar while slotted. You know what I mean? So that's the only reason that's there. Sometimes I'll pop it every now and then for certain bosses, just cause sometimes like you might need that little extra damage. You never know. You just never know. Your main dot, or one of your main abilities, is Blood Craze. You keep this up at all times while you're damaging. Does pretty good amount of damage plus bleeding, you know. Bloodthirst. Bloodthirst is one of your main attacks too. Heal is a nice heal. Both of these are very, very nice heals. Great. It's fucking great. Love this shit. Trap Beast, rearming trap. It's a nice dot. It rearms itself, and it's just a must-have to have on your bar. It's just a must. Increases your critical damage. You know what I mean? You don't have to constantly put it out there because it rearms itself. So, bound armors, I only really run it for the resistance and the extra stam that it gives you. You know, it adds a little bit more max stam. I know my stam would be a lot lower without it. So, yeah. Dawnbreaker or Smiting, I preferably choose Dawnbreaker or Smiting over Flawless because of the stun that it gives you. And this one, for some reason, it does more damage. I still don't understand why Flawless doesn't do more damage because it increases your weapon damage passively. But oh well. Anyway, let's go ahead and go to my other bar, my bow bar. Crit Surge is your main buff. Also a heal for every time you crit. Mine heals me for 3,092 health every second, basically. It's great. A little bit of magical run, you know. Endless Hell, actually, I run this over. I forgot the other one's called. I think it's Arrow Barrage, the one where it gives you like a wider area. I run this because it puts out more damage. It puts out more damage because the fact is that it lasts longer than the other one. Even though the other one gets more area, gets more in, but the fact is that split damage only goes to 6 targets, not all the targets inside that circle. So Hurricane, you keep this up as much as possible. You have to keep this up as much as possible. Increases your physical resistance and increases your movement speed. So yeah, this is great. It's fucking great. Vigor is your heal. You know, if you get low and you need to throw out a heal, you gotta heal. Like, you gotta heal. This heal is like, it stacks up with each other. You kind of want to do a blood craze and a vigor right after. That way your health will shoot up real quick. That's what I do. Bound armors, again, you have to have this on all your bars. Let's go ahead and get into this bar. Alright, this is my overload. You don't really need to morph it. I didn't morph it. I didn't morph it at all, actually. I can, but I don't. So you won't be using it for anything. You won't be using this for anything at all. But let's go ahead and bound armors, of course. I have Trap Beast on here for again, but usually this is actually here. Dark Veil, you know, taking your magicka and destroying your stamina. Sometimes I have to do it because I have to roll dodge a lot of things and I have to get my stam back sometimes. Or like something starts to eat away at my stamina and I need to get it back and I need the extra health. This also is a good burst if you use Vigor in this. It's also a nice burst. Shuffle is on this bar. It's your main evasion. On the 3rd round, it's perfect for 3rd round, but the thing is that I don't have to worry about it because I burn through everything and I just throw Caltrops over there and it kills it instantly for me. Kills it with a dot. So, Caltrops, Razor Caltrops is a must-have. Nice damage control, movement speed, all of that. And I run Streak. I don't really know anything else I would want to put there. The Streak actually helps me get away from certain things or get to certain places, like in the ice round when I need to get to the other one to stop the troll or something like that. It helps me. Yeah, I think that's about it for my I keep on my bars. You know, the Undaunted metal, all of that. You might want to get that. Yeah, get all of this down here. Just these 2 passives. You really don't need this one. It's really more about this one. Let's go ahead and jump into my champion points. Alright, so here I have 80. I put 80 into Mighty, 27 into Piercing, 16 in the Precise Strikes, 36 in Thermal Courage. This helps your dots a lot. It increases the damage over time effect, so it's really great. I also have 5 into Blessed. Just the extra healing done, your Vigor heals a little bit more, you know. Just a little something there. It's nice to have that little extra. 16 in Tamriel reduces the stamina cost of roll dodge and break. The more stamina you're able to use, the better. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, if you get stuck and put on your back or something like that, it won't cost you so much to break out as a stand character. It's worth it. I have 74 into Mooncalf. I actually need to put the other ones in, but I'm not going to put it in the Mooncalf. increases your stamina recovery. Mine is at 20. Warlord is the way to go. If you can, I would put 100 in here and then put the rest into that, and then maybe a few into your tumbling. But yeah, that's just my preference. So 74, 74, 16. Here I have 72 in hardy, 72 in elemental defender, and 17 is medium armor focus. I have 4 more. You can do whatever you want to do with this. You can do whatever you want to do with that, how you want to set it. But this here is a must-have. At least 65 into both of these will do you good. So just saying, at least just 65 into that. So I think that concludes my build. If there's any questions, I guess you can just leave it in the comments, and I'll try to help where I can. So other than that, guys, thank you for watching the video, and I hope this helps.